The Tipping Point with Mike Tipton is brought to you by Dubby. What is Dubby? Dubby is a clean energy drink that is made to give you focus with no crash, jitters, or angst like those other energy drinks have. They also have no maltodextrin fillers and don't use artificial dyes. Dubby contains vitamins, amino acids, a nootropic, and 150 milligrams of caffeine. Dubby's products are made in the USA in an FDA-inspected facility that strictly adheres to GMP manufacturing guidelines. All of the flavors are unique and custom-made by Dubby, and you'll never taste our taste anywhere else. The best part about it is they're affordable. Dubby's drinks come out to about $1 per drink, much cheaper than Starbucks or any of those canned energy drinks. To learn more, visit w.gg.com/discount/MRTipton33 and place your order today. Use promo code MrTipton33 and save today. Dubby Energy, be better. What's going on, everybody? I want to tell you about my new friends over at Cleverman. Visit them online at becleverman.com. What they gave me was the energizing face and beard scrub along with the Cleverman face scrubber. And trust me when I say this, the energizing face and beard scrub smells amazing. Combining it with the face scrubber, making sure that your boy is looking as good and sexy as possible, opened up a whole different sensation in my face that I haven't ever felt before. I felt so clean, so fresh, and so clean, like Outcast said, and it helped me feel like I was ready for my day. Make sure you visit them online at becleverman.com and follow them on Instagram at clevermannyc. The link is up in my bio if you want to check out all the amazing products they have. Visit them online, becleverman.com. What's going on, everybody? It is Tuesday, so that means it is time for the Tipping Point with Mike Tipton, 8 o'clock Mountain Time, 10 o'clock Eastern Time. Remember, we are brought to you by our friends over at crushedpeanuts.com. Check them out today, crushedpeanuts.com. They've got all kinds of new flavors that are hitting the market as soon as possible. The best way that you can start your day, 9 grams of protein. It's all natural ingredients. No better way for you to crush your workout than with crushed peanuts. You can look for them locally here in El Paso at local Chevron and Valero stations. If your local convenience store doesn't have it, ask for it. Doesn't matter if you're in El Paso or not. You could be in D-Tweezy and ask for it. Crushed peanuts. Make them order it. It's a local company. We got to blow this thing up. I didn't mean to yell. It's too early in the morning for me to be in this headspace right now. I'm excited. I'm amped up. I'm ready to go. There was too much coffee. And like I'm one of these people, whenever I drink coffee, like I don't drink black coffee. I wonder what it's like to drink black coffee. But like I just drink regular coffee. I put a little bit of creamer in it, the Dunkin' creamer, not Dunkin' Donuts creamer because it's not Dunkin' Donuts anymore, but the Dunkin' French vanilla creamer because I'm a man, damn it. And this one is just super strong today. Came out of my Keurig. I put too much coffee in it. I could feel it coursing through my veins. I'm not a person that normally does a lot of like caffeine or anything like that. So this is a little different. Our guy B. Shrill saying, good morning, Tip. It's Victory Tuesday. Yeah, it is. B. Shrill saying, yeah, bro, I've been all hype all morning. I mean, of course, you watched your team go into Baltimore and beat the Baltimore Ravens 38-30, and it wasn't that close. Like, let's be honest right now. It was not that close. Detroit dominated every aspect of that game. Lamar Jackson was running around, just couldn't seem to get comfortable. the second half absolutely belonged to the Detroit Lions. And like it was a complete performance for the Detroit Lions. Like it was really like I wish my team was that good. I wish my team was that good. We said it yesterday. I thought Detroit was going to go in there, get the upset. Detroit goes in there, gets the upset. But it just, again, like, I hate to feel hyperbolic about stuff. We got our dude, Tommy Cananza, tuning in saying, good morning, fellas. Good morning to you, Tommy. Hope that you're having yourself a fantastic day so far as you are dropping the kids off at school. Why does that sound bad? I guess because it's close to dropping the kids off at the pool. I wonder how many people even get that reference. Anyway, David Montgomery, 151 rushing yards. Jahmyr Gibbs, 67 rushing yards. 2 tutties for both of them. It was a dominant performance. Derrick Henry only had 50 rushing yards. Lamar Jackson only had 35 rushing yards. Derrick Henry fumbling the ball late again, just like he did against the Buffalo Bills. The first time in his career, I believe this was the stat that they said yesterday, the first time in Derrick Henry's career that he had multiple lost fumbles in the fourth quarter of an entire season. And it's happened twice in the first 3 games. And we know that's not going to be Derrick Henry, right? Like Derrick Henry's going to hold on to the ball. Derrick Henry's going to get his. But it just feels like, man, maybe there's something. Maybe there's something here with Baltimore because they're not looking good. And he fumbled against Cleveland too. That's what's wild about this. Like this ain't Derrick Henry. Something's happened here. Derrick Henry has been like maybe it's the Monstars, just like in Space Jam. Something's happened to Derrick Henry. We got to get him right, mainly because he's on 2 of my fantasy teams. I need to get Derrick Henry right. But Detroit came out. Our guy Henry Soto saying, hello, Michael. Hello, Henry. Hope that you're having a great day today. I want to get your thoughts on the Dallas Cowboys. I know you are a Dallas Cowboys fan. Your thoughts on the Dallas Cowboys, a long-term Dallas Cowboys fan too. So you've seen this team through the lean and through the good. And it's looking like some lean times right now. We'll talk about the Dallas Cowboys coming up in just a little bit. We are recapping right now. Monday Night Football. The Detroit Lions, 38-30 winners over the Baltimore Ravens. Man. Detroit, again, like that loss against Green Bay, first game of the season. You always got to put it that way, right? Like first game of the season. To put it in perspective, the Detroit Lions have scored 40 points over the last 2 games. I don't think there's something wrong with the offense. I think the offense is okay. Granted, you got 52 against the Bears. Nonetheless, you put up 38 on what we all thought was a Baltimore defense that could be okay. Like they're not great. They're not the Baltimore Ravens that a lot of us grew up with, that a lot of us loved and respected, right? Like they're not those Baltimore Ravens. Y'all got to give it to me right now too, because I don't know how it happened, but I got home, took off my shoes. I just stepped back right now and had to pull out a goat head from my foot. And I did not yell. I did not scream. I just ate it. That thing hurt like hell. Henry Soto going on to say, I'll be honest with you, Tip. I think we need a better quarterback, and I don't know. The owner needs to back out of it a little bit and let the coaches coach. Oh. I don't get the Dak hate or mistrust. Like I really don't. A couple of years back, maybe. Not whenever he's playing as well as he's played, right? Like, and I get it. There were some bad throws against Chicago. That's offensive line issues. Like I thought Dallas's offensive line would be better. Tyler Booker gets hurt. There's a lot of issues that are going to happen with the Dallas Cowboys here this season. The Detroit Lions don't seem to have those issues. The Detroit Lions seem to be a really well-ran organization, a really well-coached team. You're averaging 40 points a game in the last 2 games. Right? Like, I mean, that 13-point loss or that loss where you only scored 13 points against the Green Bay Packers, that seems to be the apparition right now. You got the Browns. That's a really good defense, so we'll see how this Cleveland Browns team holds on to the Detroit Lions. Then you got the Bengals, who are a horrible defense. Like, it's an issue. It's you can see right now, like, Detroit going on a bit of a run. And like, I know they've got a tough schedule ahead. I said, right after the Bengals, you got the Chiefs, the Buccaneers, the Vikings, the Commanders, the Eagles, the Giants, the Packers, the Cowboys, the Rams, the Steelers, the Vikings, and then the Bears. A lot of season left to be played. But if Detroit stays healthy and Detroit plays like this, that is a terrifying team. Henry Soto going on to say, I think the Cowboys are great, but our quarterback, in my opinion, he's good. He's not great. And maybe I'm judging too harshly, but he's already been there a lot of years now. And I think that he was going to show that if he was going to show any signs of taking us to a Super Bowl, he would have done that already. So in my opinion, we need another quarterback, a great one. And the owner needs to step aside and let the coaches coach. LOL. He keeps putting in and throwing money at the problem, and it's not going to fix it. Man, oh man. That is a very Jerry Jones thing, right? Like throwing money at it, but that's the case, right? You want to get a great quarterback, you got to throw money at a great quarterback. And again, out of the quarterbacks that are out there in the league, Patrick Mahomes, maybe Jared Goff. I wouldn't bring Matthew Stafford in. Maybe Baker Mayfield. Maybe Joe Burrow. I know a lot of people are like, Tip, 100% Joe Burrow. Maybe Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, right? So you could say off the top of your head, 6 quarterbacks in the NFL you would bring in like ahead of Dak Prescott. But like, to me, I don't think quarterback is the issue with the Dallas Cowboys. Like, I feel like there's a lot of issues with the Dallas Cowboys. It's not just the quarterback position. A healthy Dak Prescott has led the Dallas Cowboys to a number 1 offense twice over the last 6 years. So, I mean, when you've had the number 1 offense 33% of the time, that's saying something, man. I get it. Like, he's injury prone. That's going to be the big caveat now, is if Dak Prescott is healthy. Augustine saying, what a statement by the Lions yesterday. Oh, yeah, no, 100%. I agree with you, Augustine. The Lions came out yesterday and they said, we are who you thought we were. Went old Denny Green on them. We are who you thought we were. And they slapped around, especially in the second half. They slapped around the Baltimore Ravens. Again, the final score being 38-30. At least to me, it didn't seem that close. Like, you had a garbage time touchdown in the fourth quarter that really helped this game not seem like it was out of reach. Like, it took a garbage time touchdown to save the look for the Baltimore Ravens. And on the flip side of that, right, like we can say how good Detroit looked yesterday. And I agree, Detroit looked amazing yesterday. My biggest question now is looking ahead this week, because now we're at this week. All the games are done. We're in the next week, week 4, a quarter of the way through the NFL season. This is gut check time. This is time for you to show us who you really are. And barring a tie, which doesn't happen very often, like you always have to use that as a caveat. Barring a tie, you are looking at either the Kansas City Chiefs or the Baltimore Ravens starting this season 1-3. and you don't have faith in the Ravens defense the same way that you don't have faith in the Kansas City Chiefs offense. You know the Chiefs have a great defense. You know the Chiefs are, again, like if it comes down to a fourth quarter and Patrick Mahomes is there, he's got to have the ball in order to win the game. You believe in Patrick Mahomes more than you believe in Lamar Jackson bringing you back in a game that he needs to bring you back in. The Baltimore Ravens, to me, are like a front-running team. They are phenomenal when they have the lead, sometimes, minus the times when they lose the game like they did against the Buffalo Bills, where you're up by 15 points in the fourth quarter. So not only do they have a hard time coming back, the Baltimore Ravens now have a hard time closing games out. That is not a recipe for success, and I do not care if you're the MVP of the league or any of that other nonsense. It is your job to win those games. And you look at Baltimore, like Baltimore has all the skill help they need, right? Like the issue is always, well, maybe Lamar Jackson doesn't have anyone he can throw the ball to, any of that, blah, 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 blah. They have skill position guys. They've got one of the best running backs in the history of the NFL on their team. Sure, he's fumbling the ball. That's going to be corrected, you hope and think. Mark Andrews had a resurgence yesterday. They've got some decent receiving core help. The issue with the Baltimore Ravens is that defense. And it looked like, at least on Sunday night, in that very boring Sunday night football game between the Chiefs and the Giants, and I get it, it's the Giants defense, and look how they made the Dallas Cowboys look. The Kansas City Chiefs could have found something there, right? They're getting Xavier Worthy back. In a couple of weeks, they're getting Rashee Rice back. It's at least with Kansas City, you have the possibility of saying, okay, look, this team just isn't healthy right now. What the hell is the issue with the Baltimore Ravens? Because they are healthy. You had a huge lead against Buffalo. You blow it. You're tied going into the half against Detroit. And then you just shit the bed. Augustine talking about Marlon Humphrey's speed. Yeah. But like I said, looking forward to that game, right? Like with Detroit, Detroit's got Cleveland coming up next. Cleveland's got a really good defense, at least from everything that we've seen from Cleveland. What should we expect from that game? I'm expecting a Detroit win. Am I expecting 38 to 50 points? No. But I'm expecting Detroit to go in and win that game. With Baltimore and Kansas City, I have no idea what to expect. I've got no clue, right? Like Kansas City isn't the Kansas City that I thought they'd be. Sure, they're 1-2 right now. They've been in these tough games, losing to the Chargers, losing to the Eagles. They've been in some tough games. It feels weird to say that the Baltimore Ravens defense looks like it could be a defense that you can get right against, that you can get some sort of timing against. You know Kansas City's going to come out here with something to prove. You saw the shoulder nudge that Andy Reid gave to Travis Kelce on the sideline. Maybe that's going to be something to fire him up, get him back into football and all the other things that he's got going on. But I don't know what to expect out of this game. And just thinking that, again, caveat, barring a tie, that one of these two teams that we could have said is a Super Bowl contending team at the beginning of the season, say what you will about Kansas City, if you ever write off the Kansas City Chiefs, at least at this moment, I think you're drunk. That's still a playoff team, and I know nobody wants to face that team in the playoffs. Trust me, Buffalo wants the Kansas City Chiefs to miss the playoffs rather than facing the Kansas City Chiefs in the playoffs because they just can't beat them that way. But either Baltimore or Kansas City, is going to be 1-3 at the end of this game, at the end of this week, Baltimore or Kansas City is going to be 1-3. You could have made a case for the Chiefs to be 1-3. I don't think you would have made a case for Baltimore to have been 1-3. Maybe 2-2, but not 1-3. And 1-3 looks so different than 2-2 or 3-1, right? Like I get it. It's just numbers. It's real early in the season. Baltimore cannot sustain this type of defense. Baltimore cannot continue to trot out this horrendous offense, or not offense, but this horrendous defense week after week after week. Like they've got to have a lot of questions as well. I wonder what, I know probably against Cleveland, because I believe, they played Cleveland. Like that defense looked well, but I wonder what their defensive rankings are right now. And this was the thing last year, right? Like their defense wasn't great last year. Baltimore's defense wasn't great last year. Augustine saying horrible play calling too. John Harbaugh does make some questionable decisions. I will say that. Oh, wow. I was not expecting to see this. The Cleveland Browns have the number 1 rated defense as far as yards per game go. The Cleveland Browns give up 191.5 yards per game. In number 2, you have the Atlanta Falcons with 229 yards per game. That means the Cleveland Browns are 30 yards per game better than the second best team in total defense. The Cleveland Browns defense is amazing. So looking at the Jaguars on this list too, the Lions are a top 10 defense right now. Again, super early. The bottom 3 defenses in the NFL through week 3, the Dallas Cowboys, the Baltimore Ravens, and the New York Football Giants. The Bears defense is number 28. The Steelers defense is number 29. As far as pass defense goes, like we talk about how bad the Dallas Cowboys pass defense is, the Ravens, the number 31 rated pass defense in the NFL, giving up an average of 298 yards a game. And that includes the game against the Cleveland Browns, who don't have a quarterback. If Joe Flacco's your guy, you don't have a quarterback. Augustine saying, talking about John Harbaugh with some of his questionable calls yesterday was absolutely disgusting. Some of the offensive calls. I think a lot of it also has to do, like, you got to let Lamar Jackson do what Lamar Jackson's going to do. Like, you can't try to force feed. I get it. They're like, we want to involve Mark Andrews more. You can't try to force feed Mark Andrews all the time. Like you've got to let Lamar have a feel for the game. That's an MVP, man. The Ravens have the 17th ranked run defense in the NFL as of right now, giving up 115 yards per game. The Cowboys run defense giving up 121 yards per game. So glad they got rid of Micah Parsons to help out that run defense, right? God, I hate that. I love them. Augustine saying it turned to Dana Dimmel. R.I.P. my dude. For those that don't know, Coach Dimmel and I actually have had a pretty decent relationship. So the next time UTEP makes it to a bowl game, I am showing up to that bowl game wearing an orange UTEP Speedo. And I invite the rest of you to join my big ass out there in my orange UTEP Speedo. You should also be in an orange UTEP Speedo. Or maybe you get like the cream colored UTEP Speedo, the blue UTEP Speedo. We can go with like all the different colors of UTEP Speedo. I am here for it. The Crooked Commish tuning in saying, what's up, Money Mike? What's good, Crooked Commish? Hope that you're having a fantastic day today. Augustine saying, no, please don't. And thank God UTEP sucks. First off, I will say this. If you don't want to see me in a Speedo, something's wrong with you. This is juicy, baby. This is juicy. The Crooked Commish saying, happy to see you and Jimmy are on the air. It won't be for long. That's a different topic for another day. I saw, like, I don't know how I get caught up in these loops of stuff. I try to be as open to all kinds of different opinions as I possibly can. And I saw an article, or I guess a video of that man talking, being like, no, we understood a lot of it better than the people that studied it. At least we think. That's such a stupid thing. Like, I can't imagine. You know what? USA. The words that come out of that man's mouth. My third grade son has a better vocabulary than that man does. It's a big, beautiful bill. Nothing's been more beautiful. Paint the wall black because black is going to make it hot. It's in the fucking desert, you idiot. It's going to be hot no matter what. The Crooked Commish saying pure gold. Comedic gold. We are living in idiocracy right now. And then you got RFK Jr. who goes out and talks like this. That right there. That is trying to tell you that you need to live healthy. Because I know whenever something sounds like this, it makes me feel like that is the pillar of health. That's telling you how to live. Something that sounds like that should never be given a platform, period. No, Augustine, you got it wrong. Remember, it wasn't by 1,000%. It was by up to 1,500%. And I'm not a mathematician, but I feel like if you lower the price of something 100%, then that means that thing is free. How you get up to 1,500%, I don't know. I put it out there on social media. People were laughing at me. You don't have a big enough brain to understand or comprehend how the price can be lowered 1,500%. I could only imagine Tommy right now is like, please, Mike, get back to sports. Please. I will. I was talking about horrible defenses. The Baltimore Ravens are a horrible defense right now. The Chiefs, still a really good defense, ranked number 13 right now for total yards. As far as their passing defense goes, they are ranked 15th right now, so they look like they're a middle-of-the-road type team when it comes to, and then they're ranked 15th as well in rushing yards. You trust the Chiefs' defense over the Ravens' defense. Now let's compare their offensive rankings. And you know that Baltimore's offense is going to be exponentially higher than Kansas City's very pedestrian offense right now. Going to the offenses. That is so strange for me to see. I still can't get past the Indianapolis Colts having the best offense in the NFL right now. I don't even know what to say. Like, obviously, Daniel Jones out here doing Daniel Jones things. It's awesome to see, right? Like, you don't ever want to, like, write somebody off, especially whenever you know the organization was horrible. But as of right now, the Colts have the best offense in the NFL, averaging 445 yards a game. 445 yards a game, and it's just the tip of the season.
I just want to put the tip in.
It's time for
Just the Tip.
That would make me uncomfortable.
Promise that
Just enough, just a tip. Just a tip.
Just the tip? Just the tip.
It's time for Just the Tip.
Just the Tip is brought to you by our friends over at www.myhappynuts.com. Go visit myhappynuts.com. Guys, it is now the time of the year to make yourself feel wanted and loved. You got the holidays coming up. You know you're going to be out there just stuffing your face full of food. You got Halloween contests and costumes that you're going to be wearing because you're a big goofy fuck. Go out there and make sure at least your nuts are as happy as my nuts with www.myhappynuts.com. Use promo code Mike Tipton at checkout and save. Save on the comfort cream to make sure you're not sticking to yourself. Save on the anti-chafe stick so you're not starting a fire down there. We didn't start the fire. It was always burning since the world's been turning. www.myhappynuts.com. Use promo code Mike Tipton at checkout and save on all your male grooming needs. Top-ranked offenses in the NFL. The Indianapolis Colts leading the way, followed by the Buffalo Bills, and somehow, some way, the Dallas Cowboys offense averaging 392 yards a game. Our guy Ray Jackson from locally sourced El Paso saying, no hot nuts here. My nuts roasting on an open fire. The Baltimore Ravens with the 11th ranked offense. The Chiefs, surprisingly, a top 20 offense. I did not expect that. Ranked number 17, tied with the Broncos with their offensive output. As far as running games go, the Jaguars with the NFL's best running game right now. The Cowboys, somehow a top 10 running team, averaging 127 yards a game on the ground. Not expecting to see that. We were trying to compare the Chiefs and the Ravens. The Ravens with the number 5 rushing attack in the NFL. That is obvious. The Chiefs with the number 17 rushing attack in the NFL. A difference of about 30 yards a game between them. Passing offenses. The Chiefs with the 16th ranked passing offense, averaging 211 yards a game. The Ravens with the 22nd best passing offense as well, averaging 195 yards a game. So offensively, they're not too far apart from each other. Like that's the crazy thing. It's like offensively, they're not so separated from one another. And you would figure with the Baltimore Ravens and the Kansas City Chiefs previewing this game that's going to be coming up this weekend, that offensively the Ravens would be so much better than the Chiefs offense, just because we've heard all season long and we've heard over the last couple of years that the Kansas City Chiefs offense has taken a step back. They don't have weapons. Our guy Ray Jackson saying all the Chiefs rushing yards are from Patrick Mahomes, which is wild to think about that as well. Tommy Cananza reminding us that the Dallas Cowboys have been running the ball really well when they actually do run the ball. They should have just kept running the ball against the Chicago Bears. I don't know what the hell happened there. That's a different topic for another day. The big difference between these two teams is that you trust Kansas City's defense much more than you trust Baltimore's defense. Again, not a huge gap in offensive output from either one of these teams, but a huge gap between the Baltimore Ravens' second worst defense in the NFL as of 3 weeks through the NFL right now, and the Kansas City Chiefs' top 15 rated defense right now. And we know the Chiefs' defense is really good. Again, it is mind-blowing to think that at the end of this week, either Baltimore or Kansas City is going to be 1-2. 3 to end this season. The cricket commissioner saying, was that a little Billy Joel with "We Didn't Start the Fire"? I don't know who sings that song. If I'm being honest, I don't know who sings that song. It was just, I wanted to make sure that we all knew that as your nuts are roasting on the open fire, that we did not start that fire. Locally sourced El Paso saying, I think the Lions did well because the Lions defense is fast. The Chiefs defense scares me this week. I love this show. Like how all of y'all like cover up my blind spots. I am not great when it comes to like music and stuff like that. Or at least not knowing like who's saying what. Beast Driller letting us know that it was Billy Joel who didn't start the fire. And that's literally the only words I know of that song. Is that we didn't start the fire. It's been burning since the world's been turning. Because I played it at a Chihuahuas game. I was like, let's see what this is. Push the button, and that song came out. I was like, oh, that's cool, I guess. Always taking musical recommendations for people. Augustine saying it's a huge blind spot. And come on, it's a Billy Joel classic. I don't know necessarily like what Billy Joel songs are out there. Like I know he's like a doo-wop dude from like the 80s, right? And the only reason why I know that is because of Step Brothers. Again, love me some stoner movies. And Step Brothers was like, you know, all the Billy Joel doo-wop that had like a Billy Joel cover band. I'm trying to remember the name of the song. I'm filibustering until I can get the song in my head, but it's just not coming. There we go. Uptown Girl. Look at that. Beast Driller, always there for me. Always there for me. I grew up with like Dre, Snoop, Ice Cube, Tupac, Wu-Tang. Missed a lot of the 80s doo-wop music. I'm trying to think of the words of the song. Like I have the beat in my head. Do, 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 do. But I'm just trying to remember what Horatio Sands was singing. That you and your skank hooker wife get the hell out of here. That's a great movie if you haven't seen Step Brothers. If you haven't seen Step Brothers, for one, something's wrong with you. Augustine saying it's called good music. It's called good music. Yes, good music. Augustine saying what you listened to was for the LCD. LOL. I don't know what LCD stands for. Maybe I'm old. Like maybe I don't know. On this show, which is again like I've got to find a way to lean younger. I'm the oldest person on this, or the youngest person associated with this show. I think I gotta like find maybe I start doing like TikTok dances or something, bringing a slightly younger audience. I'm the old guy here, or I'm the young guy here. I don't. Oh, lowest common denominator. Just say that. I thought it was like another acronym for something else. Didn't expect you, of all people, to pull out lowest common denominator, but I'm with you on that one. Oh, look at Beast Driller. That's my dude right there. The song you were humming is called The Longest Time. I absolutely love this. You know what? It seems like Billy Joel. Maybe we should give Billy Joel a little bit more love. I've said his name a few times. We haven't gotten kicked off like we did whenever we invoked the name of one MC Hammer. That's one time. I said it once. I think I'm allowed 3. I've said it once. Not saying it again. Not going to get kicked off the internet for invoking that name ever again. Tommy saying we don't want the youngins here. LOL. I believe that's supposed to say Beast Driller, the human Google music machine, is what that is. My dude, hey, my dude's got, and look, I ain't hating on it. I'm just saying, like, it ain't like it wasn't something that I grew up with. Like the music I grew up with, we're talking about, like, R&B and stuff of that nature. It was like Silk, Freak Me Baby. Oh yeah. Freak Me Baby. Ooh, just like that. Tommy, don't do it. Tommy, don't do it. It's already two. It's like Beetlejuice. We're not invoking that name here. We're so close. So close. You could feel like the walls shaking around you. Like you almost said it for the third time, and then you said never mind, and everything stopped. We do not invoke that name here anymore. Because the hammer does hurt him. I didn't say the other part of it. I just said the H word. H-Town knocking the boots. Like that was the stuff like I grew up with. And I was thinking about this the other day. I was like 7 years old singing like Freak Me by Silk. I think that's why my voice changed whenever I was 10. Because I was just like, I was ready. All the R&B that I had listened to as a kid, all that baby making music that I had listened to as a kid, was like, it's time. It's time. I was thinking the same thing, B. Strilla. I was thinking the same thing. Barilla pasta. You could buy B. Strilla at Walmart now. He's in a blue box. At least I think that's a blue box. Now I'm questioning myself on all this pasta. Okay. We've done it. Oh, Tommy, off the top rope. And who can love you like me? Nobody. Who can sex you like me? I am not a singer. I apologize. I've promised before in the past that I would not sing on the show, but sometimes when the music hits you, it just hits you, brother, and you got to sing. Bistro saying, yeah, those songs were in my adult life. So Strilla was doing what I was hoping to do as a young lad, as a young tip. Probably shouldn't have said that. As a young man. Augustine just having a hard time. I assume that he's in the shower right now or in the tub and his hands are wet. Saying it was supposed to be Strilla. This thing changes it LOK. I'm trying to think of what LOK could stand for just to like mess with him, but I know it's supposed to be LOL. Augustine saying at least it's not rock hard. We don't know that. None of us know that. You have yet to prove anything to us, good sir. So yesterday, New York Giants head coach Brian Daboll was asked if the Giants were thinking about making a change at quarterback, right? Like if you watched that Sunday night football game like Augustine did in his jacuzzi, I feel like Augustine's jacuzzi is like a big metal tub with warm water that he farts in. That's just what I'm picturing. Like it feels like no one laughs more at their own flatulence than Augustine. Except for like small children. And I ain't judging, I'm just saying. There's always that possibility. But if you were watching that game from your jacuzzi like Augustine was, you heard whenever Jackson Dart went out there, ran a couple of plays, and Russell Wilson was running from the sideline back to the huddle, you heard the boos. And if you saw the way that game ended where the Giants needed a touchdown and Russell Wilson just airmailed that ball out of the end zone, you heard the boos. And you've got to think to yourself, we all know it's around the corner. We all know it's right there, right? It's more than likely not going to be, at least in my opinion, I don't think it's going to be this week. Because the New York Giants, I got to find out who they're playing against. I know it's a tougher team. The New York Giants are playing against the Los Angeles Chargers defense. And that Chargers defense, we can all say, is a top-rated defense in the NFL. Without a doubt. So you don't want Jackson Dart to make his first start. Hey, look at me becoming a rapper. Against the LA Chargers. You don't want that to happen. So why not put it out next week? Right? Not this week, but next week. Get into week 5 where Jackson Dart could take on, and the New York Giants could take on, the lowly New Orleans Saints, right? It's kind of like college. In college football, when the team schedules whatever cupcake for the beginning of the year, a slump buster. I saw a great meme the other day that Sam Houston State was Arch Manning's slump buster. We all know what it's like to be in a drought. All of us know. Male, female, or otherwise. We all know what it's like to be in a drought. And sometimes all you need is a slump buster. The New Orleans Saints could be Jackson Dart's slump buster. Get him on the right track. just get him where he needs to be. That's the perfect team to go. It wouldn't be the Los Angeles Chargers. Bistro saying they're going to get Jackson Dart injured. And this is what I don't understand about what the Giants are doing. Like they're just running him out there, Jackson Dart, to either hand the ball off or run the ball. Man, if you're going to have him out there and trying to change up whatever scheme is going on, then you've got to make sure that you've got some sort of passing plays for him. Another Lions fan, Ryan Woodcraft, saying, what's up, Tip? Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry both lost those kneecaps last night. #1 pride. I love the community of fans that we have here. I genuinely do. It was a great game for the Detroit Lions. And again, they dominated that game. I know the final score was 38-30. It was not that close. A garbage time touchdown with 20 seconds left does not indicate how that game went. Both kneecaps were tooken last night. Yes, I said it like that on purpose. Very few people will understand what the tooken part means. But I understand. I get it. Bistrilla from the D Tweezy saying, F yeah, Ryan. We got a community now. A small community. The Cowboys fan. Well, no. Because Henry Soto is a Cowboys fan. So Tommy, myself, and Henry, Dallas Cowboys fans. A Chiefs fan in locally sourced El Paso, a Bears fan, a Patriots fan, a couple of Green Bay Packers fans that tune into the show every now and again, which is so funny because Mireya is the only one that talks. I get like text messages an hour after the show is over. Why don't you talk more about Jordan Love? Jordan Love's a good quarterback. Jordan Love. Jordan Love is not a good quarterback. Jordan Love has peaked. And you would still take Dak Prescott over Jordan Love. Jordan Love is potentially the third best quarterback in his division. Because I like Caleb Williams. And you know what? I'm going to say the fourth best quarterback in his division. Because I think Carson Wentz is better than Jordan Love. I don't believe that. I'm just a hating-ass hater. Hate. Carson Wentz is god-awful. And it is sad that he is in charge of the Lamborghini that is the Minnesota Vikings offense. Granted, they got to go up against the Cincinnati Bengals. We were talking about slump busters earlier. The Cincinnati Bengals, 100% a slump buster for anybody right now. The New York Giants, whatever they do with Jackson Dart, and this is what was so, I guess, intriguing questionable about what they did this offseason with the New York Giants, because you would figure if Russell Wilson is there and Russell Wilson isn't playing well, then you go to the backup. And it shouldn't be Jackson Dart, not this early in the season. It should be Jameis Winston. And I think Jameis Winston, again, you might not win games with Jameis Winston, but it makes your team more watchable. Right? Like that would be the guy to just kind of hold the mantle until the end of the season, whenever maybe Jackson Dart is ready. Ryan Woodcraft saying, I love J.J. McCarthy, but my dude has to stay off the field. Him off the field is great for the Detroit Lions, though. Hashtag go blue. Oh, man, we got two Michigan guys in here as well, carrying the water for J.J. McCarthy. Season-ending injury last year. Injured again this year. You hate to say this early on that somebody's injury prone, but you played a game. I guess 2 games. Did he play the second game? Oh, man. I'm feeling a budding bromance right now between Ryan and Strilla. Can you feel the love tonight? The Crooked Commish saying, Mike, I was in a slump my whole high school career. Definitely could have used a Cincinnati Bengals slump buster at some point. My guy, we've all been there. Every single one of us, male or female, we've all been in a slump buster. And if you haven't had to use a slump buster, my friend, I hate to be the one to break it to you, you are the slump buster. That's so mean to call somebody a slump buster. I just realized that right now. What a mean thing to say. The Sunday night football game should be flexed, right? Like the Green Bay Packers versus the Dallas Cowboys. Nobody wants to watch that, especially after hearing that CeeDee Lamb is more than likely going to be on the IR, right? Like he's gone away. Tyler Booker, the outstanding new rookie offensive lineman with an ankle injury, more than likely going to be out 4 to 5 weeks. The Crooked Commish saying, thank you, Mike? Maybe? Thank you? Yeah. Augustine saying, yes, we want to see them lose on primetime. No, I get it. Like, again, it's going to draw numbers. Joseph Austin saying, CeeDee Lamb, no thanks. Are we hating on CeeDee Lamb? Or are we just saying, like, the Dallas Cowboys without CeeDee Lamb, you don't want anything to do with it? The Dallas Cowboys are going to be a very injured team. Like if I'm the Cowboys, I'm starting Joe Milton this game. I'm not letting Dak Prescott get beat up by Micah Parsons. Your offensive line is hurt. BB's out. Booker's out. You've got a bunch of issues right now. Terrence Steele seems to have regressed like so much. Joseph saying CeeDee Lamb is a front runner, 0 clutch. I could see that. I can see that. Like early on in the game, he gets his targets, he gets the yards, the catches, all that does seem to disappear late in the game. But how much of that is also the Dallas Cowboys are just not a good team? You know what I mean? So I can see why some people would say CeeDee Lamb, front runner, not getting a whole bunch of action or anything like that when it counts. But this is also the thing, like the Dallas Cowboys just constantly get blown out. And then, like, you can go back to that Giants game. Like, it wasn't CeeDee Lamb that won that game for him. It was George Pickens that won that game for him. Maybe CD was double teamed or whatever, but it was George Pickens that showed up and got that game-winning touchdown or game-tying touchdown in that Giants game. I can't believe the Dallas Cowboys struggled the way that they struggled against the New York Giants and then lose to the Bears. They're just a bad team. And I was thinking about this. I said it yesterday. This team, yeah, Crooked Commissioner's right. CeeDee Lamb definitely not going to be getting any carries from the backfield. Yeah, the over-under is 0.5. I'm hitting the under. He is not going to be running out of the backfield at all for the rest of his career. At all. Well, like, you got Kevontae Turpin. You don't need CeeDee Lamb back there. Why'd you have CeeDee? Oh, I hate this team. I hate that I love that team. That team in particular. With the way that the injuries are starting to rack up for the Dallas Cowboys, it really does seem bad. Like, it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. And it's not me being nihilistic. It's not me being pessimistic or any of that other stuff. I said yesterday that the Jets and the Panthers could be get-right games. B. Strilla reminded me, Tip, it probably ain't going to be that easy in those games. The Raiders, maybe we can say the Cowboys can beat the Raiders. There's a part of me that feels like this is going to be a 2 to 5 win season for the Dallas Cowboys. And again, I get it. There's growing pains, new coach, new defensive coordinator, a lot of turnover. You blew up your entire defensive scheme at the beginning of the season because you didn't want to pay Micah Parsons or any of that other nonsense. I get it. Tons of excuses to be made for the Dallas Cowboys. But excuses are not what anybody wants to hear, right? Like, especially these players. A lot of these guys are probably, on the tail end of their career. They don't want to waste another year of their career. And I could see a scenario with, like, Dak Prescott being on another team. Kind of like the Matthew Stafford version of it, right? Like the same thing with Tony Romo. I feel like if Romo had left the Cowboys and went to a contender, he probably could have won something. Instead, he stayed with the Cowboys. There's a curse, the Jerry Jones curse, on the Dallas Cowboys. And it feels like it's manifesting itself even more now. Not being able to sign Micah Parsons. CeeDee Lamb getting injured for an extended period of time in the third game of the year, very early on in that game against the Chicago Bears, and you just shit the bed against the Chicago Bears. Tyler Booker, great offensive lineman. Now he's out. It just, and I've said it a bunch of times, the Dallas Cowboys have never fully embraced a rebuild. And I have wanted them to embrace a rebuild for so long. Get top draft picks. Everyone was joking about like that Packers pick that's going to be in the mid-20s. Yeah, well, we also thought the Cowboys pick would be in like maybe the 20s or the late teens. Shit, dude, I want the Dallas Cowboys to be a top 5 picking team. What I saw on Sunday is not a team that I think is a playoff contending team. And I get it. Like, people are going to talk me off the ledge. Tip, it's only 3 games into the season. Do you see a scenario where the Dallas Cowboys have the 5th hardest schedule in the NFL? Do you see a scenario where it gets better for the Dallas Cowboys? And the answer to that is unequivocally no. Whenever we were in the military, whenever I was in the military, and you had to do something shitty, you had to do a shitty job, the mantra was always embrace the suck. So I'm going to do that this season with the Dallas Cowboys. I am going to embrace the suck. I want them to just shit the bed the rest of the season. If you're going to be bad, be historically bad. Get some good draft picks, get some high draft picks, and maybe, just maybe, start rebuilding this team. You're married to Dak Prescott, but now you've got to do what you've got to do to start making it better for the future. Augustine says it, embrace the suck. All right, y'all, thank you so much for tuning in to today's show. We'll be back on Wednesday. Man, the week is flying by. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you later.